I am originally from Metairie, which is a suburb of New Orleans. I pretty much lived in the South the majority of my life until I moved up here. And I am now going to be a Northerner for the rest of my life because I have no intentions of going back down south. I'm a general surgeon. I am fellowship trained in minimally invasive surgery, or as I like to say, video games on people. And so that's about half of my job here. The rest of my job, I actually spend working with the learners here at Guthrie. So I oversee all things with education at Guthrie. Our residency programs, fellowship programs, our allied health students, medical students, and so on and so on. I have a huge passion for education, whether that's teaching someone how to operate or teaching a patient about their disease process and the repair that we're going to do to fix that. I did my residency at LSU in New Orleans, where I was able to be close to family and friends while I was training. Of note, my final year of training when I was a chief resident was the year Katrina hit. So I actually spent an entire week at the VA hospital during Katrina and actually flew on a helicopter with patient and flew in C-130s with patients and took care of about 200 vets along with my co-residents and attendings during that time. Interestingly enough, my husband and I took a trip up here to run the Wine Glass Half Marathon several years back. We wanted to run a half marathon, and my husband found this one, and we were able to tour some of the wineries and enjoy the Finger Lakes, ran the race, loved it. And then about 4 or 5 months later, there was a job opening for up here, and the rest is history. My husband and I have 3 girls, 18 and then 10-year-old twin girls. So I keep very busy with running around from event to event, and there's lots of mileage on my car that shows how much I drive around with them. But I get a lot of joy from them. I like teaching them things that I love to do. So they're both, my twins in particular, are avid readers. And Saturday night, they fixed dinner for us themselves. I kept getting kicked out of the kitchen. They wouldn't even let me go in there to take pictures of them cooking. I love to do all kinds of things. I love to read. I love to cook. I love trying out new recipes. Sometimes I won't write them down, and when I'm asked to make it again, I don't know how. I love to travel. We like to hike a lot, fish, so spend as much time outdoors as possible. But then indoors, sometimes, like to play board games and video games with my kids. I also really love the community feel and being able to, run out my door and go run some errands. And typically I'm running into someone I know at the grocery. And it really does have a family feel to it. I know that if I need someone to grab a package from my door, there's about 10 different people I can call who will do that for me. Or even, pick up my kids if I'm running late from the operating room. I am dedicated to the health of my patients. I like forming relationships with my patients, which may seem a little surprising as a surgeon, but I feel that helps when we have an open line of communication and they trust me, and so then therefore it's a team. We're a team in their care. And so I want them to know that it's a partnership. I always say, they're driving the bus and I'm along for the ride. I'm not the one that's going to make the decision for them because I can't pretend to know everything that's going on in their lives and how that surgery is going to affect them.